Well, it seems like we may finally have the answer of what happened to Aaron Neos. Hey, this is GRAIG'S, and we're doing a quick little unscripted video today of talking about this situation. So pretty recently, it seems like the answer has been uncovered. Over on Zodiac Duelist, some links have been posted to legal documents that seem to detail what happened. Now, if you don't know, a quick reminder, Aaron Neos is a monster from Strike of Neos that has not seen any major reprints in a long time and does not appear in current Yu-Gi-Oh video games. So there have been a lot of conspiracies as to why that is the case. I did do a quick little video talking about it, though it was mostly just because we got a very interesting Rush Duel monster that I wanted to talk about. There have been so many other people who have gone more in depth into it and discussed some of the other theories, and I feel like a lot of this was reignited because about 2 weeks ago Ruxin34 posted a very comprehensive video about it. One of the major theories as to why Aaron Neos hasn't been reprinted is that it just so happened to resemble a pre-existing character from a different franchise. I was dismissive of that theory because every time it's brought up, nobody ever gives concrete evidence or never says like, hey, this is the character that it is supposedly looks like. So now with these legal documents, yeah, that actually was the case all along. And this is the hero that started it all. This is Ravedactyl, a hero created by artist Greg Weik and published independently in Beyond Comics. So apparently this character has existed for a long time, even though there's been even less of it than Aaron Neos. So I'm no legal expert, but from the documents, it seems like that is the basis. Ultimately, things didn't really go anywhere with the ruling that Konami was innocent, but there may have been some undocumented out-of-court settlement, or just agreement that Konami and NAS would refrain from using Aaron Neos. Possibly similar to the situation that happened with Uri Geller and Kadabra over in Pokemon, though that one was a little different, in the sense that Kadabra's Japanese name is very similar to Uri Geller, but that one also kinda didn't really go anywhere, but an agreement was made that they wouldn't print Kadabra in trading cards, until years later when Uri Geller basically said, hey, okay fine, I drop it. So that might sorta be what we have going on here. I will say that now actually looking at an image of Ravedactyl and Aaron Neos, yeah, they do actually look really similar. I definitely don't think this was a case of intentional copying, mostly because as I mentioned in my video, Aaron Neos is a fusion of Neos and Air Hummingbird. And Air Hummingbird is already red, mostly because when you look at all of the other Neo-Spacians, that's the color that would help to fill things out best. And you know, hey, on top of that, Neos itself is already a reference to Ultraman. So Aaron Neos being the fusion of the two makes sense because it really does look like a fusion of them. It really just so happens to look a lot like Ravedactyl. I know for sure that a lot of people are going to be making videos discussing this, and you know, I just kind of wanted to throw some thoughts out there, just unscripted video, because I think it's important to discuss, and it is kind of a follow-up to my video, which, like I said, I wouldn't have made anyway because it's already been talked to death, but I just really find it interesting. I was thinking that I could really make my video different by possibly looking into Ravedactyl, maybe reading the comic or checking something out, but because this is a character from an independent comic that came out years ago, there really isn't all that much. It's really hard to find the comics, aside from some promotional images. There is some test footage over on Greg Weik's YouTube channel, which is a whole rabbit hole on its own because more recently it's kind of become just his personal channel. A lot of the older videos are actually very interesting, again, mostly being that test footage and some other promotional material, you know, edited way back then. It's very, very grungy, I guess. Yeah, worth a watch if you want a huge blast from the past. Though be careful because some of the more popular videos on the channel are something else. But yeah, that test footage is really interesting. It's, you know, not the best, and most of it is taken up by a different character other than just Ravedactyl. But you really can't fault the guy. In a lot of these videos, he is really serious about his comics and his characters. I mean, he's got like a full-on costume of Ravedactyl right there. I mean, I've never seen a life-sized Aaron Neos anywhere. But it does make a really interesting situation because this has basically been under our noses the entire time, and I think it really comes down to this just being such an obscure character already. But it is really funny that the theory of the pre-existing character resembling Aaron Neos was correct all along. Just now we finally know who exactly it is. And on top of that, now that we know the creator of this character, no doubt he's gonna wake up to so many comments and tweets just asking him about Ravedactyl and Aaron Neos, so he could potentially turn a new leaf just like Uri Geller did with Pokemon. But most importantly, what I think he should do is take advantage of this opportunity and create some new Ravedactyl material and promote it, because he has a lot of eyes on him. I also just know that there are going to be so many articles from whatever geek news websites discussing this, so we're at the point where the ball is in Greg's court. So that was it for this topic. Like I said, we did a little unscripted video because I just thought it'd be very interesting to talk about. Like I said, no doubt other people will be able to dive into this in different ways and probably in more detail, especially with those legal documents. But as a creator myself, I can understand where Greg and Beyond Comics were coming from all those years ago. I just hope he takes this opportunity to kick things into gear and start creating even more. So yeah, like I said, let me know what you think in the comments below. below, and if you'd like to see more videos actually discussing some other things, you know, with an actual script like I usually do. And we better start praying even harder, because there could be a chance that maybe, just maybe, we get some Neos reprints now. Anyway, this is GRAIG'S, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you all later.